Hi everyone, and welcome to Weekly Cooking with Becky. All right, if you have been with me over the last 2, 3, 4 years, you know that I am a brownie lover. So I've made a variety of different brownies, and today we are making brownie muffins. I mean, there's no such thing as a middle anymore. Nobody has to fight over the middle because we're gonna turn them into muffins. And now everybody gets the same piece. Yes. All right, so let's get started with what we have. First, we have the wet ingredients in the bowl. There is one dry ingredient. I don't know why. It just is. So in the wet ingredient bowl, we have eggs, keto-friendly sweetener of choice. You can either use melted butter or melted coconut oil. I chose coconut oil only because in baking, I find that it bakes better and burns less. That's my personal preference. And I'm not a coconut fan. Coconut oil has no flavor in the baking process. So just heads up there, it's not gonna change the flavor. And then vanilla extract. In the dry bowl, I have almond flour, unsweetened cocoa powder. If you want it more dark chocolate, then get the Dutch. And then baking powder and salt. Optional if you want to go more gooey on the inside with also some bites in there, some chocolate chips. All right, let's get going. So in here, I have my wet bowl. I have yet to do any stabbing, so here we go. I'm going to, oh no, some of my oil has thickened up. Don't worry, I shall get it. I probably waited too long while I set up the ingredients. It's good. I will get it mixed around. All right. I may have to do what I did last week and turn on the blender for the oil chunks because it was melted, thoroughly melted. But anyways, I may have to turn on the blender for a minute. But you give this a mix. And yes, I will blend, I will get that. You take your dry ingredients and I would just mix those. And then you combine the two. So that's all nice and mixed. You combine the two and stir in the chips. I am going to pause the video because even though I melted the oil, because I was setting up everything, some of the oils rehardened, so I need to take out a mixer. It doesn't have to be perfect, but as long as it's in little tiny pieces so that it melts properly in the oven for cooking, I don't want to mess up any of my baking, guys. You need to see a beautiful product. So, and that's all. I accidentally turned that off. You cannot heat this bowl because you will heat up the eggs. So if that should happen and you're setting things up and your oil gets firm, you just need to blend it until it's into little microscopic pieces and it'll be fine in the oven. So I will see you back here when we're ready to transfer into the pans. Okay, so before I add in the chips, I just want to show you that it totally comes out okay. You just got to take out a beater and beat it a little bit. But if you have a mixer of any kind, the batter turns out like brownie. Well, I guess it would help if I actually held it at the right thing. Turns out just like brownie batter. So it turns out fine. I'm just going to dump these in the chocolate chips because I want to have a little extra gooiness in the middle. And that is really all that the chips are for. All right, now I'm going to spray some muffin pan liners and we are going to get them all filled. And then once they're all filled, we will put them into the oven. 12 minutes for more of a chewy, gooey brownie. 15 if you want more of a cake-like. So just letting you know, I'm gonna go on the lower end. I'm actually gonna check around 10. I want that chewy gooey, so I'm gonna be looking for it to be just touch done. I don't want the cake. I want to have a chewy gooey. I don't know if I want this sauce or this sauce. I did not know. Let's see. It's so hard to say. But anyways, you're just going to fill them up about 3/4, kind of like a brownie batter. So we'll just do that. I'll just do a couple of them on camera for you. Nothing too fancy. So you'll just fill them all up, and then 350. And like I said, 12 minutes for a more gooey, 15 minutes for more cake-like. And I will see you when they come out for the taste test. All right, I am so excited to try these. They are still nice and warm. So here I go. Gotta have them while they're warm. My husband has already had a bite and said that they're nice and gooey and that they taste good. So he beat me to it. Okay. Here we go. Oh, those are good. They taste like a brownie. It's in a muffin. Nobody has to argue over the middle. So that's perfect. They can sit on the shelf or on the table for 2 days, or you can put them in the fridge. So I'm gonna set out what we need for 2 days, put the rest in the fridge. I'm gonna kind of keep rotating. Yeah, and I would recommend a double batch. I put the recipe in for a single batch, but if you can double it, definitely double it. But yes, they are very good, very moist, very chewy. I did them the chewy way. Feel free to add a few extra minutes if you want it more cake-like. Very, very delicious. So, great recipe, easy, came together quickly. So, highly recommend, love it. Hope you enjoy, and I will see you next time. Bye.